So Sean Strickland declines Paulo Costa. Wow, that Israel Adesanya fight really changed Sean Strickland, because ever since he had his 15 minutes of fame when he beat Israel Adesanya, which quite frankly, that was the worst Israel Adesanya we've ever seen in years. He caught him on a bad night, but whatever, he took advantage. It was his moment. He won, but he was a one-hit wonder. Like I knew he'd be. I actually thought he would beat Dricus du Plessis, but I knew he wouldn't go any further than that. But he loses the belt. I mean, he beat Izzy, and he thought he was the man, which technically he was because he was the champ, but he's not the man anymore. Okay? He's not the man anymore. He's not the champion. Dricus du Plessis is the man. He's the guy with the belt. He's the guy who calls the shots, and he wants to fight Israel Adesanya. That's the fight that is gonna happen next. And Adesanya, he has the rights to sit out and wait for a title shot because of the work he's put in, because of the accolades, the resume he's built as a champion. 5+ title defenses, 2-time champ over 4 years, 3.5 years as the belt holder. He's earned the right to walk into a title shot whenever he wants, coming off a loss or not. Like, if he wanted to move up and fight Poatan this weekend at 300, he easily could have, because of those accolades. Sean, you don't have those accolades, bro. Yes, you lost a split decision as a champ, and yes, arguably you should have got the decision. Wasn't a bad decision. I get to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. Maybe Dricus didn't necessarily do that, but it is what it is, bro. You just got to suck it up. You got to move on. Go back to the drawing board and work your way back, because you arguably did not deserve a title shot when you last fought for the belt. You got it under circumstances because Dricus was injured and Izzy chose you. The champ chose you, okay? Arguably, Jared Cannonier could have been getting the shot because he beat you. I think he put together more of a win. No, actually 2 wins in a row, but still he beat you. And then he beat the shit out of Marvin Vettori in a really impressive performance, but because he already lost to Izzy and the last fight was boring, and stylistically that's not really an exciting matchup because you got a powerhouse in Jared who doesn't really take many chances. He is aggressive, but against Izzy, he's not going to want to fall into his game, and Izzy has kind of regressed into a very patient, cautious counter striker late into his championship reign. It makes for a boring fight. That's why Adesanya and Jared 2 didn't happen in Sydney, Australia. They chose you because, you went at him at the press conference a year ago. That was entertaining. The UFC wanted to relive that. And it's a fresh matchup, and you're top 5. That's why you got it, but you arguably didn't deserve it. You were blessed this opportunity. Now it's time to actually earn it. And Sean Strickland even said himself, like, oh, I don't want to climb the ladder again. And if I have to, well, I'm just going to leave the UFC and go to boxing. Like, okay, Sean, first of all, what ladder did you climb necessarily? Like, a Mavov on short notice at 205 at last minute? Abus Magomedov, who only had 1 fight in the UFC in the most random matchup you could put together, who only has 2 rounds worth of cardio. That's climbing the ladder? I mean, Dricus du Plessis literally was on a 19-fight win streak. He knocked out Robert freaking Whittaker to earn a title shot. Now that's how you climb the ladder. What Dricus did, that's how you climb the ladder. And Dricus arguably could have got a title shot without fighting Robert, but he wanted to take the hard road. What ladder did you necessarily climb? What did you do that was so impressive that was like, wow, you really deserve a title shot? You've done nothing. No defenses of the title. Yes, you beat Israel Adesanya, but that's the past, bro. You beat Izzy for the belt, but you never defended the title, bro. Yes, you lost a close fight, but again, no title defenses. So you don't deserve a rematch. Izzy's going to get the fight with Dricus because that's what Dricus, the champ, wants. That's what Izzy wants. That's what the UFC is aiming for. So in the meantime, what are you going to do? What can you do? And I also wonder, why isn't Sean Strickland calling for a rematch with Jared? Because that was a split decision. And Sean doesn't care about the belt. Apparently, he only cares about getting the result back. But is that really the case? I feel like Sean does care about the belt. He does care about being the champ. That's why he wants it back. Because against Jared, he could easily say, I want that rematch because I was robbed. That fight could be made next as a number one contenders fight. Winner gets a title shot, but no, Sean doesn't think he has to fight anyone. He thinks he's privileged to endless title shots, which he's not. But it's just crazy because before Israel Adesanya, if that fight had never happened, Sean Strickland would not be declining Paulo Costa. The old Sean Strickland, who was a G, would fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. He took a fight with the most dangerous man you could give him, Alex Poatan Pereira. He took that fight. When Pereira arguably didn't deserve that fight, he was like unranked. He gave him that opportunity and he got knocked out for it, but he had the balls to take that fight. What happened to Sean now, bro? Sean is washed, not as a fighter, but mentality-wise, he's washed up because becoming the champ and beating Izzy, becoming a star, has changed him, man. It fed into his ego. Now he's became delusional, and it's kind of sad to see, man. Like, he should have took this fight with Paulo Costa because, honestly, I think he would take care of Paulo Costa relatively easily because Paulo Costa's power is overrated. He only finishes bums or old men. He couldn't knock out Luke Rockhold. No way he's finishing Sean Strickland, who Dricus couldn't finish. Dricus couldn't finish him. Cannonier couldn't finish him. And those guys are better and more dangerous than Paulo Costa. So, of course, Costa's not going to knock him out. He's not going to bully him against the cage and unload combos. Sean Strickland is the better boxer than Paulo Costa, easily more skilled than Costa. He beat Izzy, who outclassed Paulo Costa. Sean Strickland has a really good jab. Paulo Costa's susceptible to that jab. He's open to that jab. So that's a very winnable fight for him, for Sean. He should have taken that fight because I believe he would have won. And if he would have took the Paulo fight for June, he's right back in that position to fight for the title. But instead, he'd rather be a diva, which is sad to see. I guess Sean Strickland is going to just lead the UFC because, his 15 minutes of fame are up. He peaked at UFC 293, and that's all he's going to get. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.